Hello and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the ThunderCats 6-inch Mumm-Ra. So yes, here we have Mumm-Ra from the newish remake of the ThunderCats cartoon. I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge fan of ThunderCats. I don't really remember it very much from whenever I was younger, and I haven't watched the new cartoon at all. But I was at a store and I saw this for $5, and you can't just go around and pass up on $5 Mumm-Ra. I always thought Mumm-Ra looked pretty cool. I just don't really remember the show very well. Anyway, it's a pretty nicely articulated figure. Comes with lots of accessories. I wish Bandai America had more licenses, because they actually do a fairly decent job. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom into the articulation, scope, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off a quick size comparison. Here we have a standard Marvel Legends 6-inch size Superior Spider-Man. Here we have Mumm-Ra. And there is a 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Mumm-Ra is roughly in a 6-inch scale. He is taller than Spider-Man, but maybe not as tall as he would be if they were in perfect scale. But I believe it is a somewhat functional 6-inch scale, so you could probably fit him in with Marvel Legends. And of course, I'm sure he fits in scale with the other ThunderCats figures as well. Now let's get the other two out of here and just look at Mumm-Ra. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Mumm-Ra. His body is a grayish sort of blue color, closer to gray than the original was blue. He's got his big sort of cobra emblem there in the chest with a gold rim around that. He's got some gold bands on his arms and some wrappings down there close to the hands. He actually has the sculpting for wrappings in between those two gold bands. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not painted white, so that's a little lack of attention to detail there. He has some more of those little wrappings around his neck and hanging off of his head. He also has a big red cape thing on at the back of his neck. He has a sort of little skirt thing with some more wrappings on it down there around his waist. It's purple and red and gold. He's got some bare legs, and then he's got some little foot boot things. They're not complete boots, but they are partial boots. And then he's got some toes down there at the bottom of his feet. So, yeah, detail-wise, I think he looks pretty good for the most part, and he's fairly similar to the original Mumm-Ra design, although there are noticeable differences. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the head sculpt. Zooming in on the head sculpt, I believe it's executed very well. He's got this gold helmet on. It's got a little sort of pokey thing in the middle, and then it's got two little dragon snake things on the sides there. He's got a big white splotches around either eyes, red eyes, and then he's got some teeth down there in his mouth. And he's got one of those ridged chins. He actually reminds me of like a toothier version of Thanos. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, very good head sculpt. Let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Mumm-Ra is pretty good. He has a ball peg head, so that goes up and down and rotates a little bit. Not a lot of up and down motion, but it works, I suppose. Ball joint shoulders and an out forward and back, bicep cut. Center joint elbow. He has a cut at the forearm and at the wrist. He has a waist cut, ball joint hips, and an out forward and back. He has thigh cut, double jointed knees. He has a cut down here at the boot, hinge, and pivot in the ankles. So, yeah, pretty good articulation. Fairly similar to Hasbro Marvel Legends and things like that. So it's pretty well done. Mumm-Ra comes with a couple accessories and some alternative hands, so let's go ahead and look at those. Alright, here are all of Mumm-Ra's accessories. He comes with this big sort of gold tentacle thing. I'll be honest, I don't have any idea what this is. But it straps onto his wrist, this little clip thing on the bottom, and he can use that as a big tentacle thing. Yeah, he has this. Then he has this big twin blade / glaive kind of thing. It's pretty cool. He can hold that in one or both hands, although his elbows are a little bit unposable for proper dual-handing poses, but it works to a certain extent. Here's a dagger, which I assume transforms into that big dual glaive thing. And then he has his two hands for holding that you can replace his other hands with. So those are all pretty cool accessories. I approve of them. Anyway, that about wraps it up for Mumm-Ra and all of his accessories. So let's move on to the packaging. Moving on to Mumm-Ra's packaging. As you can see, it's big windowed card style. ThunderCats logo up there at the top. Picture of Mumm-Ra down there at the bottom. 18 points of articulation. On the back, get a picture of Mumm-Ra and all of his accessories, as well as a little description. Down there at the bottom, it advertises for some other figures. Lino, Panthro, Mumm-Ra, and the classics. As is always the case with just big windowed cards, this is good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Mumm-Ra. Alright, that wraps it up for Mumm-Ra, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return.
Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venomraptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.